It's Wednesday, Delmarva. Happy Hump Day, and thanks for joining us on Coast Life. We are your hosts. I'm Paige Marley.
I'm Leah Rizzo, and we didn't intentionally dress like Christmas. So once again, we did not call each other and say, hey. But I had a feeling. I was like, you know what? Because I'm wearing red, Paige is going to be wearing green.
And I did. And someone called us the Christmas M&Ms.
Yes.
Which I think is so cute.
I think so too.
We're in the holiday season.
Yes. Well, kind of speaking of the holiday season, the holiday spirit, I think it's cabletv.com is looking to potentially pay somebody $2,500 to watch Christmas movies.
Okay, perfect. Right? Where do I sign up?
I think you check out their website, which again, cabletv.com. It's their chief of cheer is who they're looking for. That's the position you're applying for. Remember back like about a month ago, I applied to like win some PJs or loungewear.
Yeah.
Didn't win it.
That's okay.
Darn. But you can apply for this one. I think this would be a good, and they said any Christmas movie can qualify. I think they may have even roped Die Hard in that.
Which is fine. I've never seen Die Hard.
That's okay.
But here's the thing, I love to get in, like if someone says Die Hard's a Christmas movie, I love to just say, it's not, because people get so mad, or vice versa. Yeah. So I love the fight of it. But you know what I did just last night? I was being lazy, surprise, and I made dinner, and I watched The Nutcracker. Cute. And then I watched Chronicles of Narnia, because I consider that kind of Christmas movie.
Santa's that's what I always watched whenever it snowed.
Yes, because Santa's in the movie. And Harry Potter, Sorcerer's Stone. I also consider that a Christmas
Happy Christmas.
movie. Yeah. Happy Christmas, Ron. Yes, exactly. So I'm already halfway there. I've already put in 3 of my time.
I think so. I can't remember how many hours you have to spend actually watching Christmas movies, but I think you're well on your way. I think you should apply.
I would have chosen you for that loungewear one. That's too bad.
But that whole poetic description I wrote.
Oh, you worked so hard on it too.
I really did.
All right. Well, redemption for us. I'll try to get this one.
All right.
I love that. What a good idea. No one else apply. This is my job. Just kidding.
You got some stiff competition, all right?
Yeah, come on, catch up.
Maybe, have you ever heard of or considered visiting a pet psychic?
No. Okay, but here's the thing. I've been intrigued by them, but I get spooked, and I know this is wrong. I get spooked that like my dog is gonna hear voices in his head, and he's gonna be like, "Who is this?" And he's gonna get confused. But like, I'm intrigued by them.
Poor Ziggy.
I know. He could use a psychic.
Remember, there was a show about a pet psychic. I feel like on Animal Planet years ago, and it was convincing, I guess, because there's a pet psychic out there who charges $550 for a 90-minute session.
Okay, that's a lot.
And not only that, but there's a wait list of over 7,000 people for this pet psychic.
That's insane.
And I think sometimes they can talk to pets who have passed, but they can also talk to, pets of present time. And I picked this conversation starter because my mom actually one time when we were little called a pet psychic.
That's amazing.
Because the dog we had, he'd come to us from another family that like they didn't want him anymore, and we were like next in line as far as a pick for this dog, and we welcomed him into our family, but he kept peeing inside the house.
Aww.
Which, that's a pain in the butt to deal with.
Yes.
And he didn't like running with my mom. Like he was picky about his exercise, and like he didn't want to be outside for too long because I think like the previous family always kept him outside.
Oh, okay.
And he wanted to be inside with everybody because he was a family dog.
Gotcha.
And my mom calls us pet psychic, and she was like, well, first of all, because his name was Jack, and she was like, his name used to be Dave. And we were like, oh, Dave, that's not really a dog name.
Yeah. Huh. I love this story.
She said that he didn't like to run, but he loved going for a walk. He was like, the running hurts his paws. He was an Australian Shepherd, by the way. Running should have been his thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Dave.
She got him to, Jack, formerly known as Dave, she got him to stop going in the house.
Wait, that's actually pretty cool.
It worked. That's what I'm saying.
Wait, that's a little spooky.
And you know what else is a little spooky?
What?
She said that he loved cats. She was like, he is obsessed with cats. And there was this other cat in the neighborhood that like when they would meet up on the walk, they would both just like lay down in the street and look at each other. And then when we got a cat, he was obsessed with her. So he was Jack and our cat was Jill.
That's spooky though. Cute.
But kind of spooky.
Spooky.
So the pet psychic.
Oh, I see now I want to, but again, I just feel bad. I want to be the one in my dog's head, like, Ziggy, stop going in the trash can, it's for your own good. But maybe if it works, I might consider it.
Yeah. I think $550 is a little steep to just test it.
Yeah. No, it's a bit much. I'm also confused on like how do they communicate, because like dogs don't speak English.
I don't know.
Like, what's the dog language? Like, I don't know.
No idea. We have some follow-up questions for the pet psychic.
I want to have him on the couch, but I don't want to pay him for his time.
True, but an interview could be really interesting. Like, how does it work, you know?
I'm very curious.
I think that could be
okay,
fun.
I'm open-minded to it.
All right.
Interesting.
One more thing that maybe you are or are not open-minded to, and we love to get your opinions on these kinds of questions. How would you feel, Paige, if somebody wrote you a love song?
I'm going to sound so mean. I wouldn't want it.
Not your thing.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Here's the thing. If you were already a singer, songwriter, then sure.
Okay.
I just have this thing inside where I feel like I would get the ick if someone especially started to serenade me. But then I'm going to get all cheesy.
Like the scene in the Barbie movie.
Right. Right. That's how I envision it. But like, I also think like, okay, I'm thinking of random people. If my fiance actually wrote me a song, I would think it was amazing.
Right.
So I think it depends. If it was like a random little high school crush or something, I would get the ick.
Like someone you're already into, okay, fine.
Sure.
But somebody who is trying to woo you, not so much.
Thank you. You know how I want it. Yes. I have the thought. She puts it into words for me. That's exactly right.
We're connected.
Yes.
We don't need to be pet psychics.
No. That's interesting. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. What about you?
Well, so I had this guy in college one time in one of the poetry classes that I took. He wrote a poem about me, and like honestly, it was really good.
Ooh, were you
like it was too good. I wasn't into it because like it was almost like it was too good, and I was like, it weirded me out that like. And it's interesting because like I am a creative person. Sure. I love creative writing.
Yeah.
Like I do enjoy poetry, but I think like to see yourself as someone else's inspiration that way, like it spooked me a little bit that I was like I didn't know how to feel about being seen like that before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that's a good point because it wasn't someone you were super close with.
Right.
So that does, it almost feels a little, I don't think violating's the word.
Right, that's not the word. I think it was just like it surprised me to be seen that way. Like just like sort of spotlight moment. And he read it in front of the class and I was like, oh no. But like again, it was a good poem. It was better than one that I could have written.
But what do you do in that sense? Just thanks, see you next class.
It was kind of, yeah. I mean, luckily, like I could use legitimately the super busy excuse because I was crazy busy in college. Like I was a working girl.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't want to sound mean. If you're writing a poem or a song for a girl right now, do it. Just don't be weird about it.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Make sure she knows. Yeah. Well, make sure she knows your name. Don't just like go up to her in the hallway and be like, "Here, I wrote this for you," and she's like, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
At least start with you guys know each other. But yeah, I think that's one of those things that's romanticized, and I just have always
Maybe don't make it your first move.
No.
Maybe wait till you're a few dates in. Wait till you're official.
Yeah. Yeah, that too. We're here for your dating advice.
All right. We want to hear from you too. You can chime in on our socials. But first, we got a great show to get to today. Our field correspondent, Maya Henry, is telling us what's coming up on Coast Life.
Coming up today on Coast Life, explore behind the scenes of the Lewes Farmers Market's Farm to Table program. Then meet the new face of the Rehoboth Beach Historical Society and Museum. Plus, discover the comfort and quality of Mattress Peddlers. All that and more when Coast Life gets back.
Coast Life is brought to you by BB Healthcare, Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, Preston Automotive Group, Shell Brothers, and the Parker Group.
Paige, have you ever been maybe kept up at night by just a little idea that you're like, man, maybe I want to try doing that, and it just kind of grows and grows, and you can't fight that feeling until you just have to do it?
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Yeah,
a couple times.
Well, somebody else has done that on Delmarva, and this was a pretty incredible idea, and I'm so glad that we've got her on the Coast Life couch today. Laura Charlie is joining us. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us, especially, so you had one of these ideas that kind of just kept you up until you made it part of your life goals. Tell us about what you have just accomplished.
So back in 2012, I came up with this crazy idea to paddle around the whole Delmarva Peninsula in my kayak. Not all at once, just in little pieces as I could. And my boyfriend at the time, now husband, just thought I was ridiculous. And I was like, I just can't stop thinking about this. And then I started mapping it out, and then I started paddling it. And then a couple years later, I logged 300 miles. And then another couple more years later, I logged like 500. I was like, I'm going to do this.
Wow. That's awesome. And I think it's really inspirational because, I mean, to that goal in particular, I think paddling all around the Delmarva Peninsula, there's so many kayakers and canoers and people that love paddling the ecosystems that we have here. So I feel like that's such a relevant goal, I guess.
It is. It is. Do you know how many miles it was all the way around?
it came to 600 exactly.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
And a lot of people are like, well, you know, I thought we had thousands of miles of shorelines. It's like, well, I didn't go up every single river. You know, I kind of picked and choose how far up rivers I wanted to go. I cut across the mouth of the Chop Tank, so I could have made it 1,000 if I wanted to.
600's enough.
Yeah, right?
That's still impressive.
Yeah, my arms would no longer
Yeah.
be with us.
If anyone's like just 600,
Right. Let's
They're
see,
wrong.
Get
Right.
in the kayak and
exactly.
go.
That is so cool. Oh, sorry. I thought you were gonna ask.
Did you find that maybe any days were harder than others, where you're like, oh, maybe I do want to throw in the towel. Maybe this isn't. Maybe I'm not going to hit my goal. Were there moments of weakness maybe that you persevered through?
Yeah.
There wasn't like a time when I was like, there's no way I'm ever going to do this. I mean, like the year that I had a baby, I logged like 10 miles that year. So, you know,
Still
there were
impressive,
years when I
right?
was just
Even
like,
any miles.
maybe, we'll see. But I think there were individual legs that were challenging. There was a couple weather conditions that came up. There was a few where I was just exhausted or I felt like I bit off more than I could chew, but I completed them all, so it worked out.
Yeah, I was just going to ask if you ran into any kind of crazy storms or stories. Did you see any sea animals? Like, what is something when you think back to this journey that really stood out to you? Any crazy memories?
Well, I have a couple. I have like my top 3.
Yeah.
So one of them, I was paddling. It was supposed to be like over 100 degrees one day, and I was like, I really want to log some miles before it's crazy hot. So I got up with like the sun, and I started paddling, and it was towards like 9 o'clock. I was finishing up, and I see this weird like dark debris over on the shoreline. I'm like, what is that? It looked like a bunch of like logs or boulders, and I get a little closer. It's a herd of cows. They're standing in the water. They knew it was gonna be hot that day. Like,
they were
who
cooling
paddles by
off.
cows?
Yeah,
I do.
right?
I thought you were going to say maybe seals. I don't
Right?
know.
Yeah,
Like a water
something.
animal.
Yeah. Well, there were water animals, of course. Like one time down on the eastern shore of Virginia, on the Chesapeake side, I paddled through a real small pod of dolphins, which was really
wow.
magical, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
A stingray. One time, a large stingray like smacked the hull of my kayak with its wing because I was in really shallow water and I think I startled it. I screamed.
Oh, I bet I'd have been like, shark.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. And then my scariest time doesn't have to do with weather. It had to do with tide. I've learned a lot over the last 11 years
bet.
about like reading marine forecasts and wind directions and tide charts. And I was paddling in an area that I should have read a tide chart, and I didn't, or I didn't think it would affect me because my kayak only draws like 4 inches of water, so
Right.
it didn't matter if it was low tide, but it did. I got into a situation where I couldn't float anymore, and I had to get out and start dragging my kayak, which is fine until I was up to my thigh in mud. I was scared. I was stuck. I had to like hoist myself back into the kayak, and I was like, I'm just gonna have to wait till the tide comes in.
Yeah.
Or I had a VHF radio. I nearly called the Coast Guard.
I don't blame you.
I mean, yeah.
But I was able to kind of shimmy myself across the mud for like a couple hundred yards until I got into navigable water again. But it was,
Oh my
it was
gosh.
really scary.
That
And it was really
sounds
hot. I was being attacked by flies, and I was 7 weeks pregnant at the time.
No.
Nope. I'd have been
All
calling
by
the Coast
myself.
Guard immediately.
Oh, my gosh.
But I got through it.
Yes,
That
you
is
did.
incredible.
You did. And I
Wow.
mean, you said this has been a goal you've completed over, what, 11 years?
Yes.
And it's really affected your life, and in a profound way, you've sort of changed careers, I hear, right?
Yes. So I mean, it's funny. I think looking back, when I had the original idea, it was like this little idea that wouldn't leave me alone. And I was like, why am I having this idea? Well, one thing led to another. My kayaking really got me to meet different people, and I landed this awesome contract with VirginiaWaterTrails.org, and they paid me to go kayaking and take pictures, and like one thing led to another. I got some more clients, and February of last year, I actually left my 15-year career with state parks to do ecotourism marketing.
Wow.
Incredible.
So yeah, listen to those little nagging
Yes.
thoughts in your mind, because they mean something later on down the line.
Yeah, I think you're going to inspire a lot of people.
Thanks for coming in, Laura. Again, like Paige said, I think you're going to really inspire a lot of people, and I think listening to that little voice is a really important takeaway from this.
Yeah.
But just an incredible community member on Delmarva. We're so glad that you came in to share with us. But don't go anywhere. We do have some more Coast Life headed your way.
A lot of people live on Delmarva, or they visit Delmarva because maybe our beaches, our trails, our delicious food. At could go on
So
and
many
on.
reasons.
So many reasons. But there's also a lot of history here, a lot of older history, a lot of really fun, even recent history.
Yeah.
And the Rehoboth Beach Museum just does a great job of encapsulating all of that. So today, one of their newest members is with us on the Coast Life couch. We have Heidi Nastrom Evans with us. Heidi, thanks for being here today.
Hi, thank you for having me on the show today, Paige
Of course.
and Leah.
Of course. Happy to have you. So first, let's just get into a little bit of your background. You are the newest member of the museum. Where are you from? What do you like to do? Just what do you want people to know about you?
Okay, well, I've been living in Rehoboth Beach full-time since 2016, 2017, but visiting the area for over 20 years. I had been living in Washington, D.C., where I was the director of a graduate program where students studied history of decorative arts. I worked there for 25 years, and then I moved here full time, and I thought, you know, I want to do something more fun. I had always hoped that a position at the Rehoboth Beach Museum would open up, but Nancy Alexander, the former director, did such a great job. I never imagined that she would step down from that position. So I started off in Milton, actually, at the Milton Historical Society, one of Tom Draper's wonderful projects there, and did a hometown hero exhibit about Brian Allen Stevenson, the famous civil rights attorney who grew up in Milton. And after that, I moved to Lewes and worked at Horizon Philanthropic and did a number of exhibits there, one at Fort Miles about Delawareans who were in World War II when the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor on the island of Oahu. And then I did an exhibit up in Dover at the Agricultural Museum on rural electrification. And currently I'm working on an exhibit out in Millsboro about the Senator John J. Williams' career as the U.S. Senator from Delaware for 24 years between 1941 and 1971.
Okay.
And then the position opened up at the Rehoboth Beach Museum. I applied for it. They did this nationwide search and they selected me, so I'm just thrilled about that.
Incredible.
No, we're thrilled to have you too. I mean, what
Yes.
I'm hearing is that Heidi is who you want on your trivia team.
I was just going to say,
when it comes to history buff.
you would do great on Jeopardy.
Right?
Yes,
Amazing.
maybe. I only know a little bit about a little bit. You know.
Right. No, knowing a little bit about a lot of things is more than most of us know.
That's right.
So what are some things that maybe you're really looking forward to as the new director of the Rehoboth Beach Museum? Maybe some exhibits that you guys are working on. I know a lot of people may not even realize, or I mean, I think now they do, but for a while you might have driven right by the Rehoboth Beach Museum and not even known that you did.
Right. The Rehoboth Beach Museum is housed in the old ice house of the town. And before we acquired the Dolly's sign, which used to be on the boardwalk, it was hard to recognize it because it was just a brick cube. But now when you're driving into town, as you pass the canal entering the town, you can see the Rehoboth Beach Museum there on the left. And this Friday, we're having our annual members meeting at 5 o'clock. And we're also celebrating the opening of a new exhibition of photographs from Delaware Beach Life magazine. That's an annual exhibit we do every year, and people can actually purchase those photographs.
So I know that we already said you're a wealth of information, basically. Is there something that you've always wanted to do, some sort of exhibit that you've always thought would be really cool? It doesn't even maybe have to do with Delmarva, but just anything that would be kind of your dream exhibit.
Well, you know, of course I love history, and I'm hoping to work on an exhibit about Rehoboth Beach history next year, maybe something on integration. But another thing I really like doing is crowdsourced art projects. So I'm reaching out to a former student of mine who did a project at the Smithsonian where they created this coral reef out of knitted individual pieces of coral. And I'm hoping maybe she could do something specific dealing with Delmarva's ecology that we could crowdsource and have people make and contribute to this exhibit.
I'm looking forward to whatever you have coming up.
Right?
It's
A
gonna be
great
lot of
visual
fun.
representation of
Yes.
community.
Very good.
Right.
Heidi, thank you for telling us about this, and good luck with everything. We're very excited to have you.
Thank you so much for having me on the show today, and I hope to see more of you. Thanks.
I'm sure we
Yes,
will.
definitely. Whenever you have those awesome exhibits back up. So, of course, a lot to see with the Rehoboth Beach Museum, especially now that Heidi's here. Also, more to see on Coast Life, though. We have more coming your way. We'll be right back.
Think about your last good night's sleep. Has it been a little while? You waking up with some back pain, maybe? Just, again, those restless nights? Could be your mattress. That's why I'm hanging out at Mattress Peddlers in Lewes with Chris Adams. How you doing?
Great, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us. So I guess let's kind of talk about a little bit in general a mattress itself. There's sort of a lot of forgotten maintenance, I think, when it comes to a mattress and how it can really benefit our kind of overall health with a good night's sleep.
Oh, definitely. If you have back issues, you tend to go on the firmer side. If you're a side sleeper, you tend to go softer. And you know, that's one of the reasons I help people out so much is I ask a lot of questions and find out what's best for them.
Yeah, I think something else that a lot of people maybe don't have a great answer for, you get mixed messages about, how long does a mattress really last? And I think a lot of us tend to extend that.
Correct. Most mattresses last in the 8 to 10 year range, but the softer you go, usually the shorter life you get at it. The firmer ones can last a little bit longer.
Yeah, so what kind of mattresses do you have here that people can get their hands on? And I mean, you guys are also really knowledgeable too when it comes to the right mattress and the right fit.
Oh yeah, we have plenty of mattresses in stock. We are a Serta vendor. We have their full line from one-sided to two-sided to memory foam to hybrid. So we cover the full gamut, and from firm to medium to plush to pillow top. You know, there's plenty of different options that we have here.
Yeah, let's talk about some of the services you provide when somebody does find their perfect fit for a mattress. They're excited to take it home.
Yes.
But maybe they're like, oh, I can't get it back in my own car.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that's one of the things here at Mattress Peddlers. We always have had free delivery and free takeaway, so we try and make that as easy as possible. We do have a large number of mattresses in stock, but in worst case scenario, if we have to order it, we have it the following week. So there's not a very long turnaround time for when you buy it to when you get it.
I think the one thing when you do buy a new mattress is the one thing on your mind until you get it in your house.
Exactly.
You guys have a big sale coming up. I know the holiday season is coming around, means Black Friday is coming up, and it's going to be a good time to head to Mattress Peddlers.
Oh yeah, November is always a great time to buy because you have the Veterans Sale and Black Friday. So Serta does give their biggest discounts of the year right now. So now is definitely a great time to buy.
Yeah. What do your store hours look like? Maybe on the everyday, and then are you doing anything different for Black Friday?
Well, we're going to be open on that Friday after Thanksgiving. So basically, we're here every day but Sunday from 10 to 4.
Nice.
So we try and make it easy. If anyone needs to come in after that, we can schedule times after that. But here at the shopping center, it's usually a little bit slower after 4 o'clock, so that's why we typically close. But we're always glad to help however we can.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I think you mentioned being glad to help. Talk about your customer service just a little bit. Your team of pros that are here that love to help people find maybe that dream sleep.
Well, that's the thing with Mattress Peddlers. There's not really a team. It's me.
Just you.
So as getting with the owner, you know, you get to deal with the person in charge. I do have 2 great delivery guys who always get compliments from our customers on the delivery service that they provide. But here at the store, you get my 10 years of mattress knowledge and all of my sales experience from banking before that. So I'm always glad to help. I always feel like I try and do what's best for the customer and not for my store, because I don't want to just sell one mattress. I want people to return in the future.
Yeah.
And by doing the right thing for them, that always tends to work out.
You mentioned your 10 years of experience, but I hear there's a 30th anniversue of some sort. Am I right?
Yep. On 2024 will be 30 years for Mattress Peddlers here in Peddlers Village in Lewes.
Nice. And 30 years. What do you think the business has learned in 30 years?
The business has learned is the previous owner was a very, very nice gentleman. I wouldn't say I'm as nice as him, but that's the one thing is, you know, we've always prided ourselves on our service and doing what's best for the customer.
Yeah. So how can people get in touch with you if maybe they have some questions or they just want to check in, maybe schedule something to check out a mattress?
I mean, we're on all platforms. If you just search Mattress Peddlers in Lewes, but our website is mattresspeddlers.com. We can be reached by phone, email. Email's easy, info@mattresspeddlers.com.
Yes.
So there's a lot of different options to contact, but I'm sure everyone just pulls out their phone and
Yep.
if you type Mattress Peddlers, you'll find us.
Yes, we'll go ahead and do that because we are about to take a quick break. But Chris, thank you so much. And again, if you've got any questions about how to get that good night's sleep, he's going to be able to answer them here at Mattress Peddlers in Lewes. But don't go anywhere because we're going to take a quick break, but Coast Life's going to be right back. Could your windows, shower, or patio use a bit of a facelift? Trust the folks who do everything glass friendly and fast with Go Glass.
The team at Go Glass, with locations all throughout Delmarva, have been doing everything glass friendly and fast for over 40 years, serving the community with quality and efficiency that's hard to beat.
Well, when we say everything glass, we truly mean everything glass. It's everything from custom shower doors to complete mirror walls, to patio doors, to complete window replacements, screen porches, auto glass.
And the list goes on, as does the areas that Go Glass serves to ensure your house looks its best from the inside out.
Well, we cover pretty much from the Bay Bridge all the way down here to Ocean City, down to Accomack, Virginia, and all the way up to Wilmington, Delaware. So we have full 4 open retail locations in Kent Island, Easton, Lewis, Delaware, and Berlin, Maryland.
In addition to providing residential glass, Go Glass serves commercially as well. But having locations all throughout Delmarva, quick turnaround times, and providing a wide range of services still aren't what makes Go Glass the #1 glass installation company on Delmarva. So, what does?
First off, it's the customers. You know, we've been voted #1 for quite a few years, and we really truly believe we are, because we offer, you know, so much more than what we feel that our competition does. We do everything in-house. We use no subcontractors. So from the time you call to the time we finish the install, it's 100% Go Glass employees. So we truly feel that the value we bring to the customer is truly why we've been voted #1 glass company on Delmarva.
If your windows or sliding door glass are in need of repair, wouldn't you want a stronger glass to replace them? At Go Glass, their Infinity Glass unit provides you with a stronger quality and a lifetime warranty.
Well, the Infinity Glass unit is so special because it's made with 2 pieces of glass with a swiggle material that seals the 2 pieces of glass, and then ends with a double pane unit. So it's a double pane insulated unit. So we're calling it Infinity because it's made by Go Glass. So it's an Infinity Glass unit. And the best time, or when people replace that, is typically 15 to 20 years. You'll see an existing window. It's failed. You'll start seeing there's condensation inside, or they start getting foggy. They're not clear anymore, then that means the seal's been compromised. It's time to replace it.
The Infinity Glass unit is made in-house, which is why they can offer a lifetime warranty and quick installation.
We do everything in-house ourselves. We have our own oven to where we bake our unit, so it's sealed. So that's why we're able to offer a lifetime warranty. And what makes it so unique is we don't have to wait on a vendor. We can turn it around because we make it 100% in-house. So that's where we have the advantage.
Because the team at Go Glass only needs to replace your glass and leaves the siding on your house untouched, they save you money as well.
With our Infinity Glass unit, we can come out and just measure the glass, replace the glass only, turn it around within 2 weeks typically, and it's generally 60% less than what a complete window would be. Then you're going to wait anywhere from 2 to 3 months for it to come in from wherever you're buying it from. We don't have to disturb any of the interior or exterior part of your house. So that's what truly separates us versus having to put in a whole new complete window system.
If it's your bathroom that could use an update, Go Glass can take you from a shower curtain that's hard to clean to a luxury glass door, elevating the entire look of your shower.
We have everything from your normal, just your squared door and panel, to neo-angle, to a door and a panel and a buttress return, floor to ceiling steam showers, and all in between. Splash panels, really if whatever the builder or the homeowner comes up with, we can make sure we get the glass cut and get it put into whatever they design.
Go Glass isn't limited to luxury upgrades inside your home. Maybe you've always dreamed of spending your beautiful summer nights here on coastal Delmarva on your new screened-in porch.
We do the measuring, and then we order our material from a vendor, and then we come out and we install it ourselves. So it's you have to have your concrete slab or your wooden, your wooden foundation, but we do everything else. So we don't do the ceiling rafters, but we do all the panels, the doors, picket or non-picket, all the screens from start to finish.
Whether you're looking to give your shower a luxury upgrade or spend summer nights on your new screened-in porch, the experts at Go Glass will get the job done right and fast. Stick around because there's more fun to be had on Coast Life.
When you think of a farmer's market, you probably think of something like this, fresh produce. But the historic Lewes Farmers Market does so much more behind the scenes that a lot of us have never seen before. This year, they're starting their Farm to Community pilot program. So not only are all these apples going to be going to your table, they're going to go help people in need. And take my word for it, they're delicious. From farms like Stag Run Farm to your table.
So this program, the Farm to Community Pilot Program, which is funded through the Delaware Department of Agriculture's Local Food Purchase Assistance Program. And we pay farmers directly for their food to go to pantries across Sussex County. So right now we have 12 farmers and 13 pantries. We're feeding about 3,100 individuals a week with that program and getting fresh fruits, vegetables, meats, dairy, eggs every week to people in Sussex County.
Farms like Stag Run Farm grow their normal produce. Then, the historic Lewes Farmers Market takes the produce off their hands and helps them deliver it to local food pantries.
Having a farmer's market is one facet of helping a farmer and their business. I think it's also one way to bring fresh food to our local community, but there's many other ways that we can do that. In this program, we're paying farmers directly not only for their product, but also to deliver it directly to the pantries. So it's another revenue stream. We've had some farmers be like, I got a new truck because of this program, and it's helping me that way, and now I can do my own deliveries for customers as well. So it's really finding new ways and unique ways to help both farmers and ways to feed this community.
It's mutually beneficial. The farm gets business, and those in need get fresh produce.
Partnering up with the farms community with the historic Lewes Farmers Market was the best thing that's happened to this farm in a number of years. We're very grateful to the Department of Ag to finally do something, as far as I'm concerned, to help the small farmers like us. The Farms Community Program has been a godsend. We have been able to take all the apples. This is a great year for apples. Last year was bad. We had a frost, so we had a not as good a year. But if we didn't have the Farm Community Program with the historic Lewes Farmers Market and the markets in general, we would not be able to bring in the apples. That means they would have rotted on the trees. We need to have a place to sell our products, and we need the Department of Ag to get involved, which they have. And this has been just a blessing to our farm to bring in the yield and to be able to see the benefit that the community outreach programs, they just love getting fresh produce, and it feels good in my heart to deliver it to them.
Leah, do you think they make enough apples?
I feel like there's quite a few apples going on there.
There were so many. Every time I turned a corner, there were more apples, which is not a bad problem to have.
No, not at all.
Especially
You guys brought some back too.
We did.
Yeah,
And
delicious.
I made not one, not two, 3 apple crumbles with all those apples that we brought
Yum.
back. Yeah, well, so we'll try those later today.
That's right.
Looking forward to it. And we're not even done talking about the farm or the historic Lewes Farmers Market, because coming up, I'm going to take you guys through really how it goes from the tree to the table. It's a really incredible process, so stay tuned. That's coming up next. You are watching Coast Life, and we just took a trip to a local farm and spoke with the historic Lewes Farmers Market and their farm to table program. It really is changing lives.
It's incredible.
And it's not just changing lives for people who maybe they're experiencing food insecurity, but you also heard them say that really the farm, it wouldn't be the same without this program.
Yeah.
It is helping local farmers. So like we promised, we're going to take you through right now the whole process from the trees in the ground to those apples and other produce on your table. Stag Run Farm has a lot of apples, and we mean a lot. And so many types that you may not have even known existed.
We have probably over 25 varieties of apples, and we have about over 10 varieties of different peaches that we've put in. The grocery stores, I don't need to tell the public what the grocery stores are selling them. It is absolutely getting worse. I mean, you cannot get the varieties of apples that we have, the freshness that we have, that both our farm has and that the farmers markets have. And that's the biggest thing I hear at the farmers markets, is that the food at the grocery store is old or rots before they even get to eat it. This is farm to table. You're getting food right from our farm, your local farm, right to your table. And the varieties, people love it when they come to the farmers market, and I might have out on there 12 different varieties of apples. The first thing is you put the trees in, which the trees can only probably last more than 20 years, 25 years, but you have to wait maybe 3 or 4 or 5 years for that tree to produce fruit. We have to pick the apples off the trees. We have our processing center, which is behind me.
The apples go right into this machine that cleans them. Then they roll onto this conveyor belt that gives them their shine. And it's not done yet. They then go onto this rotating table, and nothing is wasted. The apples get separated. Depending on their size, some get made into cider. Others get bagged and sent out. And depending on their condition, some get fed to the hens.
With the farm to community program, we load it in our truck, which I'll let you see that, and then we take it to the food banks, and they bring a group of people to unload these bags. And it's so fulfilling to see how grateful they are to get fresh fruit. And we're grateful, and not only we get to hire people that are down and out, that want to come in and pick, but also that they're so grateful that they're getting fresh fruit. And we're grateful that we're being able to, all that hard work my husband does to bring in these apples. It's very sad when you have the apples ready to come to crop and there's nowhere to sell it, because the yield has to go somewhere. And this gives us the opportunity to sell so that we can put money back into the farm to do more fruit and vegetables next year.
And of course, just before we go on to our next thing, we want to give a real big shout out to all of our farmers on Delmarva. You guys are changing lives, keeping people healthy. And again, you know it, I know it, those apples were good.
Delicious.
They were so great. So if you want to get those, get this real quick. So at the Historic Lewes Farmers Market, they have apples there that you can't get at the grocery store. They're only grown at local farms. I know. Now, that was the good news. The bad news is there's one more Historic Lewes Farmers Market happening. It is this weekend. It's at the Lewes Elementary School parking lot. So
perfect. Get on it.
Go. If you need an apple pie for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, anything, go get those apples. That is happening this weekend. It'll be back again in May of next year, though. Perfect. Exactly. So, all right, hey, we have something really fun to talk about. A favorite soda mixed with maybe a favorite vegetable. Okay. Yeah, we'll decide if it's delicious, gross. That's coming up when we get back. Imagine you're thirsty, you're parched. Okay. You go to drink Dr. Pepper.
Yum.
But it's spicy. How do you feel about it?
Okay. You know what? I actually enjoy spicy drinks.
Okay.
Like, have you ever had some of the watermelon habanero drinks before?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Good
I can get
point.
into a spicy drink.
Okay.
And what? Bloody Marys are sometimes spicy.
Yes. You're
Not
on
my
the
favorite
right track.
drink, but they are sometimes spicy.
Right, okay, so you're getting it. So that was the thought process of Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
They started the drink you just saw, a Dr. Pepper made with peppers.
All right.
A lot of people, apparently on social media, when they first heard this, were like, you're crazy, that's disgusting. I don't think it sounds bad.
Yeah, I mean, I guess before I tried spicy drinks, I was like, I don't know that I really want to drink spicy, but the more you get into it,
I mean,
I enjoy spicy food, so I'm like, I might as well enjoy spicy drink.
Right. I don't think after a run or something, well, I don't run, but a hot summer day, and I don't know if I would want something spicy, or maybe if you had something spicy you need a drink to wash it down, but I would try it.
Yeah, I think you could probably play around with some really interesting cocktails too.
That's exactly it. You could maybe make a Bloody Mary with this Dr. Pepper pepper drink. It's not out yet, so don't go running to your nearest grocery store. It's not out yet. It's going to be very limited time. It's not even going to be everywhere.
Ooh.
So it's a secret.
It's going to be a quest.
It's going to be a quest. So if you love Dr. Pepper, which Dr. Pepper people,
they are hardcore.
They are Diet Coke people. They are to that level.
Yes. And I don't know that I don't think I've sworn a soda allegiance yet. I'm more of a Coke person than a Pepsi person, but I'll happily drink a
Yeah.
Pepsi. I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
will.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, my sister, she is a diehard Coke person. So like I know that there are people out there that like when you swear your soda allegiance,
Yes. I'm a Diet Coke
you don't
girl.
switch sides.
No, exactly. And so Diet Coke level people are just like Dr. Pepper level people.
true.
They swear by those drinks. So I think a lot of Dr. Pepper people will. Dr. Pepper people. That's a
Tongue twister?
That's a bit of tongue twister.
Maybe that's the one they'll ask you to say before you can get into your phone from the app that we talked about the other day.
Y'all remember that? Exactly. That's a good one.
You might need it after some of those Dr. Pepper cocktails you might come up with.
That too. That'll be a lot of fun. Yeah. So if it comes out, we're definitely going to try to find it. If it's local, if it's on Delmarva, we'll try it for you.
We'll track it for you.
I hope it comes out here.
Yeah, I know, me too.
If you see it, keep an eye out. We'll pay you back.
That's right.
If you bring us a
We'll
box.
let you know how it is, too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it is unfortunately that time for us to get on out of here, though.